Hi guys, it's been Alex, and this is probably going to be genuinely, like when I say this, believe it, because I feel like it's the truth. This is going to be maybe the most controversial and hardest and maybe longest video I've ever had to make, slash wanted to make. I've had this idea for a while now, but I didn't really know how to do it per se. I had like certain ideas written down in my notes for each year. This is like my high school experience, by the way. If I know I didn't say that, so this is my high school experience. And I know I've talked about it on my channel in videos here and there, or they're all mumbo jumbo and all over the place. I know I had a I think I was actually wearing this. I'm drinking water, sorry. So I think I was actually wearing this because I made a video called Opening Up About My Depression or something like that in the end of 2018, which I feel like at the time of my life, that video really described how I felt. But I would share like minor things and not the major things. So this video is basically going to be an updated version of that, kind of, sort of, but with more detail, essentially. So if you've already seen that video and you don't want to watch this one, I understand, I get it. But if you want to hear my story and more advice I have to give, then just stay tuned. Okay, so yeah. So, if I edit this the way I want to edit it, I will include clips. By the way, there's going to be some topics discussed in here that might be triggering to some. So if you don't want to hear that, I can have it time-lapse, probably right about here. And it'll probably be in the description below when I get to that point. But maybe, I don't know, but you've been worn out. I don't even know how to do the time thing, to be honest with you, because that's going to be a lot. I mean, not a lot, but it's going to come up a couple of times. So if you can handle it, or if you're clean, I'm so proud of you, you can do it. But if that's triggering to you, just, it's to my freshman year is when we get to that part, and the freshman year is obviously first. So, freshman year, September to January, so I started high school in 2015. So, September of 2015 to January 28th of 2016 were great. I don't really remember too much, to be honest with you, but I know that I did my work, my grades were average, and I think I had maybe one or two people I talked to, and then shit hit the fan on January 29th. So, that's when the Maddie story really kicked in, and that affected me all the way up until, like, kind of sort of beginning of junior year. But anyway, so we're in freshman year. So freshman year, after that, after the Maddie story hit, my life took a blank. My life took a toll for the worst, or a turn for the worst, and my mind just went blank. And I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to process it. My mom was worried about me. My therapist, who I'm still seeing, was so worried about me. I don't see as much as I used to, but she's helped out a lot, along with my mom and a lot of people on my, like, school team. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. Maybe about 5 of them helped out, like, really actually helped out. So, there's that. I don't think, because I know for me, my freshman year, I didn't have anyone calling me, being like, hi, how was your day? Are you okay? Can I help you? I never had that, right? So I think, because all I did my freshman year after the Maddie situation happened and shit hit the fan, all I did was go to school, go to therapy, go home, go on Twitter, listen to music, etc. Like, I didn't go out and see friends. I didn't do that. I isolated myself as much as possible. I didn't celebrate my 16th birthday.
But I mean, you know, having your best friend there, your whole other birthdays except this, like, very first one. This is my first one without her. I haven't seen her at all today, but, you know, it's really hard, you know. It really is.
Hey guys, it's Matt, and this is editing me here, but I also forgot to say that, obviously freshman year was probably the hardest for me, but one of the moments that really stuck out to me was I was on this broadcasting app called Flurry. This was 2016. The app is no longer available on the App Store, unfortunately. I really wish it was for nostalgic purposes, and so I can reconnect with everyone, but that's besides the point. So, basically, I remember I was broadcasting live, bawling my eyes out on the computer chair. I think it was June 29, 2016. Yep, that was the date. Because it was the halfway mark, or the halfway mark of the year, without Maddie being in my life, and I remember I had at least 50 viewers, maybe 50 plus viewers in there, and they were all asking me what's wrong, why was I crying, but I just don't remember telling them why. Or no, I did tell them why, I think I told them why. I honestly don't remember. See, it's all a blur to me. I don't remember, and that's what sucks. But yeah, so I forgot to mention that, but it's pretty prominent. I just remember it a lot. So there was that. And that doesn't include, like, my birthday, you know, her birthday. I actually did a birthday video for her on my YouTube channel that is still public to this day. But yeah, it was just really hard for me because that was the only way I could say happy birthday to her was through YouTube video in hopes of someone would send it to her, maybe on her friend's side. I don't know, but yeah. So there's that. I forgot to mention that. I just did not care. I was so severely depressed. And that was one of the hardest times of my life, so far. But it's almost nostalgic now looking back, because we're friends now, which is weird. I never would have thought that would have ever happened. Seriously, like, if you were to ask me, like, 4 years ago, would you be friends again? I would have been like, no. I would have been like, nope. I really would have, because I remember, like, reaching out to her friends, and my mom reaching out to her mom, and just so many stuff went down with that, where I thought that this person, Maddie, was completely done with me, and she didn't want to have anything to do with me. And, you know, over a decade of friendship, you know, essentially down the drain and in the trash. And, you know, saying goodbye to that without any closure, I had to say goodbye in my... It was like a one-sided relationship. Like, I wanted to be friends again, but she didn't, and that's how I felt. Because I always say to the bitter end. I really will. I typically won't leave you first because that's just not who I am. I know what it's like. I've been left and heartbroken so many times. I understand what it's like to be left first. I mean, there are cases where I will leave first, but typically I won't. Because that's just the kind of person I am. I like to be there for people. I like to help people out. Like, typically, like, if someone's going to block me, they're going to block me before I block them. Just typically how it is. Granted, they're a pussy if they do, but, I mean, obviously, most cases, or a lot of cases are different. So, obviously, not in all scenarios they're pussies, but in a lot of scenarios where they block me first, they're pussies. But, yeah. So I didn't really have much people to talk to either. I remember... this is like when I was into Tana Mojo. I found Tana, and I know I'm indifferent with Tana right now in my life. I don't love her, nor do I hate her. I don't really, like, I'm up to speed with her. Like, I know pretty much just about what the average person knows about her. But she really helped me out a lot, at the time in my life.
We're dating. We're in a relationship. He's the literal love of my life. I love you so much. Thank you, baby. I love you so much.
Right.
I love you so much.
I'm so happy to see you. I was just stalking you on Instagram last night. I love you.
Oh my God. Give me. I'm sorry. We need to
That's okay.
I love you. I remember when you first went blonde. I remember. Yes, I do. Yes. I remember brunette you. It was your ass. Oh shit. Oh shit. And bougie bitch. I'm sorry that I don't call you. It's fine. Today! I love you so much.
All right, you guys, I'm recording still right here. Perfect.
Sorry. Hackers be so much.
Perfect. All right.
I love you so much. Oh my
Her and I, we would chat occasionally during that time of my life. Like, her and Shannon Rose and Nessa were, like, the only people I really watched, to be honest with you. And to a certain extent, that's pretty much still all I watch. I watch a couple other people, too, but mainly it's them. Especially Nessa and Shannon. I'm friends with Nessa and Shannon, both of them. Shannon Rose and Simply Nessa 15. I'm friends with both of them. I've talked to both of them. Like, I talk to Nessa maybe a couple times a month, and I talk to Shannon, like, every other day. I just remember, like, how sad I was freshman year. And I remember my cousins, they went out for vacation summer of 2016, and Where Are You Christmas? Obviously, a Christmas song. I was listening to it in the summer because that's how I felt. Why can't I find you? Why have you gone away? I forgot who sings that song, but it just was so prevalent to me at the time. And I have a thing called freshman playlist on my Apple Music of songs I used to listen to my freshman year. So it's kind of into sophomore year, same difference. And that really, really got me through a lot. And my friends, like, literally Uvu, Twitter, and Fleury was all I did my freshman year. I go to school and therapy and come home. That's literally all I did. I didn't go out. I didn't celebrate my birthday. I didn't do that, right? Because this is so new to me. It's not just one habit you're breaking, it's every other habit you're breaking. So, and then March comes, and it's the first March without her, and then first April, and then first May. All of that without her. So this is like my first year. You know, I'm essentially on my own. I don't know people who have gone through anything like this other than my grandma, who has gotten over it. And she was at the time, you know. That story might tell for exclusively on Patreon. But there's only so much you can do and say, and my mom did as much as she could. I know that. And so did my therapist. They both helped me a lot. And so did my school team or whatever, my teachers, whatever you want to call them. So there's that. It's hard. It was the hardest time for me, like I said, but the most nostalgic, looking back. Yeah. So anyway, so what I was going to say, we had to go give the cat the shot, and because my cousin's cat is diabetic, and they were on vacation, so we had to go and give him the shot. And I love cats. I don't know if you guys know this. I've always loved cats. And I remember being in my mom's car, and just not caring, and just being so depressed. And then sophomore year rolls around. Or no, wait, am I done with freshman year? See, it's kind of a blur to me. I don't really remember too much of it. Which sucks for video purposes, or for this video at least. I just remember, though, literally, that's all I could think about was her every day. Are we going to be friends again? Are we going to talk again? That's all I ever thought about. Literally nothing else crossed my mind. Like, school, forgot about. Driving and lessons, forgot about. I just didn't care about anything else, you know? Maybe it's selfish looking back, but I don't think it was. I think I needed to focus on that in order to be where I am today. But we're going to get into that. You know, we're going to do like an update at the end of the video of where I am today. And where we stand and all that. So yeah, so that's pretty much all the freshman year. I don't really remember too much, like, work ethic and what I did. I don't really remember who I talked to, like, friend-wise, because I don't think I had a lot of friends. I think I had, like, one or two, and they were, like, school friends, where I only talked to them at school, and then I wouldn't talk to them outside of school or at home or anything. Because I uvu'd with, there's this guy named Michael I used to talk to, Anthony, Bree, Amelia, Kylie, who I still talk to. I still talk to Bree and Amelia, too, but not as often as I used to. And there's a few others. Yvonne, I'm missing. Kiana. I'm not going to go into other. And I was really problematic on Twitter, too. I forgot to mention that. This was, if you guys are watching this and you're watching from Twitter, you guys know who you are. I'm not going to name names, but I am really, really sorry from the bottom of my heart. I've thought about reaching out to you guys numerous times on several occasions, but I want to do it publicly like this, so I apologize if I ever was an asshole to you. I mean, it was so unnecessary on my part, but I was just so depressed, and if only you knew what it was like, maybe you would kind of forgive me and understand where I was coming from at the time. I was really problematic, like, starting unnecessary drama and fights and arguments with Tana's fandom, because that was, like, essentially my first fandom. But yeah, that was a really, really stupid place on my part, or a stupid thing to do on my part. So yeah, I know this video is all over the place, so I apologize. So sophomore year, I kind of met a couple more people, towards the beginning of the year, and freshman year, I got in a lot of trouble, too. And kind of sort of sophomore year, too. But freshman year, I forgot to mention, I was extremely problematic. That's when I branched out and kind of was, it's essentially it was my way, I think, of asking for help, but nobody saw it. They all saw what I did that was bad, like the problematic things I did. And not that I'm reaching out and that I'm breaking out and I need help. What's the word? I forgot what the word is. Like rebelling, essentially. That's the word. Like, I was rebelling. But I don't think anybody saw that. And I think if they would have, they might have put a stop to it, but I don't think anybody, like, at school saw that. My mom knew, and my therapist knew, obviously, but that was the other thing. I didn't tell people, I don't think, at first. I remember I was so secretive about it, and I didn't tell anybody. And, like, so private about it. I didn't tell anybody.
Hi guys, it's my Alex. And I don't know how I'm gonna start this off, but basically it involves someone very close to me and where we are right now.
That's the other thing, and that's how Maddie was, too. I don't know if Maddie ever told anybody. Sophomore year. So, as I said, sophomore year, I kind of branched out a little bit. And I kind of met my new friends. I had a teacher that I really, really liked my freshman year. Freshman year, I remember sitting alone a lot, too, like in classes. At lunch, I didn't sit alone. I had a group, or I had a couple groups of friends. But they weren't, like, true friends or real friends I would talk to outside of. They were, like, school friends, essentially. Bar than that, like, outside of school, I don't remember talking to anybody from high school or freshman year. I just don't. I don't. I remember listening to Melanie Martinez, though. Melanie Martinez also had a big part of my freshman year. A big part. And a lot of my sophomore year, too. Especially, yeah. No, we're in the end of 2016 now. And then we're going into 2017. So sophomore year. Sophomore year, I think, was my second favorite year, or maybe third favorite year. I don't know. It'd probably go junior year favorite, sophomore year, senior year. No, actually go junior, senior, sophomore, freshman. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm getting off track here. So sophomore year, I remember I kind of liked my classes. I don't really remember too much either. This is the year probably the most I struggled, like, school-wise. My grades really took a toll on my teachers. Were really concerned. My parents were really concerned, especially my mom and my therapist. Yeah. So, sophomore year, I met a few new people. Chloe and Paige. I just got those two names from dance film. So I met Chloe and Paige, talked to them. I consider them my best friends. And there was one more. We'll just name her Lily. I'm not going to remember these names probably, more than likely. So Chloe, Paige, me, and Emily were all really close, right? And I think them I talked to outside of school, especially Chloe and Paige, them I talked to outside of school. And Emily I did too. Yeah. But grade-wise, it was a mess. It was a disaster. See, I don't really remember too much of sophomore year, to be honest with you. My mind is drawing a blank. And I kind of, like, forgot about it. / put it behind me, because high school was tough for me. But you would never been able to tell unless you, like, physically talked to me and got to know me, because I also wrote an album for Maddie, too. But I don't remember if that was freshman year or sophomore year. I don't remember. But I wrote an album. It was called Album For You. It was public on YouTube. And then I think I deleted it, which I regret. I wish I would have privated it. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. I also got suspended freshman year, too. I forgot to say that. Because I was a stupid kid. I was rebelling up the ass freshman year. Because I didn't know how else to cope with it in school. I couldn't drive, so I couldn't go anywhere. I didn't really talk to anybody, so they couldn't, like, say pause with me. So I was essentially on my own. Big part, I forgot to... That first time I dyed my hair was freshman year, too. And everyone was, like, shook as fuck.
My hair's blonde now, like officially. But it's gonna get more, like, whitish, blondish, like Tana Mojo's hair. That's what it's supposed to be like. That's what I requested from my hairstylist.
But I did it. Like, I did it. And I remember people were like, you're not gonna fucking do it. Like, literally remember people were like, you're joking, yeah, right. And I was like, bitch, I'm gonna do it. And I did. And people were just so shocked, and they gave me so much shit for it. But we'll get into that in a minute. So freshman year, more of the story is, if you're struggling, I know it's hard, you can get through it, though. And I know it's cliched, everyone says that, but time heals all wounds, you will get through it. And yeah. So like I said, yeah, as a sophomore year, I don't remember too much of it. But then I struggled, and I met a couple new friends. And I was still severely depressed, and I was in therapy still. So, summer of 2017. So now we're going into junior year because I really don't remember too much of freshman year or sophomore year. So summer going into 2017, I had to do summer school.
But I literally want to focus on my academics because that's really important in the long run, and I want to get my diploma. I'm going to be a junior, and I want to get my diploma and get out in 2 years. So that's the first thing, and I feel like summer school is really important, and it's only a month. It starts tomorrow and then ends August 10th. So, like, that's really important because I'm trying to get my diploma.
Because, like I said, my grades started to slip, and it was just shitty for me, obviously. And I was so pissed that I go to summer school. I remember texting Nessa at the time, and I was like, I have to go start summer school tomorrow. Like, I'm just ready to jump off of bed. And she was like, please don't. She's like, you'll do good. I remember being so nervous. I remember them not worrying about... I remember me worrying about them having Wi-Fi, because I didn't know, like, how it was going to be. But, like, looking back, you need the Wi-Fi to do the summer school business. At least you did at the time. They might have changed it. I don't know how it is now, but... at the time you did. And then that's when I met this one person named... Maria. So I met this person named Maria. And we were really, really, really close. And then that's when we would talk pretty much all of summer school. And then we would talk a lot into junior year and a lot of senior year. Yeah. So junior year was my peak era. Taylor's Reputation album came out, and... that was, like, the perfect time for her to drop that album. For me, it was, at least. Because it really brought me out of a dark spiral that I was in. I branched out a lot. I came out, like, publicly my junior year. Or not publicly, but, like, you could tell by what I was wearing. It was my peak era. I feel a lot of people... it was the hardest, work-wise. But that's when I really stepped it up, and I kind of grew up and matured a lot, too. And I wasn't as problematic, and I wasn't, doing stupid shit. That's when I really grew up. And I think you could really tell that within my YouTube videos, too, alone. Yeah. So, there's that. Like, it was essentially my peak era, or my peak grade. I feel everyone has one of those when they're in high school. And I feel for a lot of people, it's their junior year as well. But junior year, it's like, oh, we got 1 year to go. We're not there yet. It's Thursday, waiting for Friday, essentially, is what I always, like, the analogy I always used. Because that's how it felt to me. I met a close person who I'm not going to say. But I met someone who really helped me out a lot with my work during school. I don't want to say her name because it's to protect her identity, but she really helped me out a lot with my schoolwork. Her and I really worked one-on-one together, and we really got it done, whether it was on the computer and I was typing stuff and she was writing in the back. She would help me a lot. So thank you to her if you're watching this. I know I didn't say it, but thank you a lot. Or thank you, because I didn't say it as much as I should have. So there's that. So editing me here, I also forgot to mention a very important part of junior year. The one time that a teacher really only stuck up for me when I was getting quote-unquote bullied. I use that term tentatively, even though I am a victim of bullying, but I use it tentatively still, because it means different things to different people. But, people were, like, talking shit about me behind my back, and I, like, told, because I don't know why, but I did. And she, like, yelled at him across the room in front of everybody, and I felt bad, because I don't think he meant it, like, out of spite. I don't think he was being that mean, but I thought he was talking about me. I don't know if he was or not. By the way, this is all, like, my thing and in my head, but I don't know, and it was so scary, or not scary, but it was just annoying, and I had enough, and she yelled at him, and that was, like, really the only time his teacher ever stuck up for me, and I really liked her a lot, actually. And I liked my classes overall, too. I don't think I had an issue with my classes my junior year. Although I got out of swim my junior year, or maybe it was senior year, I don't remember, it was one of the two. Because I didn't want the straight guys to, make fun of me and think I'm looking at them. So I told my counselor that. And he was like, that's a dumb reason, essentially. Well, he didn't say that, but he was like, I understand, I get it. In freshman year, too, I forgot to mention that when I took, semester 1 of gym, I would change in the bathroom, like in the stall, and not in the locker room, because I didn't want all the boys and the guys to make comments to me. I think it was harder to tell back then that I was gay, though. Especially, like, before I colored my hair. I think it was pretty hard to tell unless you physically knew me or talked to me. And none of them really did, so I don't think they would have known. But I didn't look at them. I mean, I was at the stall. I get to Invis and got out. I think I talked to one kid. He was really nice. But yeah. So anyways, so junior year was my peak era for sure. I kind of got over Maddie. It was like end of 2017. I think it was October-ish 2017 where I got over Maddie. Really put an effort to get over her and just keep pushing. Because freshman year and sophomore year, I was the type of person that I didn't resort to drugs or, you know, I didn't drink to solve my problems. I kept going. I kept pushing. Because I had to. I had no other option. You don't know what it's like to be strong unless it's the only option you have left, or whatever the saying is. But it's true. I cried numerous times on numerous days. Listening to Avril Lavigne, you know, Kelly Clarkson, some Taylor, and a lot of Melanie. A lot of Melanie. But I think I need to let all those tears out looking back. But, yeah. So, yeah, junior year was really my peak era, and I really enjoyed my junior year. I think, like I said, I think a lot of people have a glow up year, and that was mine for sure. I grew up mentally, I grew up physically. I wasn't as problematic as I was on Twitter. I kept my friend group small, talked to one person outside of school and into school. Excluding my internet friends, excluding all them. Because them I talk to pretty much on a daily basis. But, what did I name her? Maria or something? Yeah, Maria. Maria and I talked all the time. And she helped me a lot, too. So there's that. Junior year was really exciting, and it really changed me a lot, I think. And so did Reputation, because as I said before, Reputation came out at the perfect time for me in my life. The perfect time. And that's why Reputation is like my number one Taylor album. For sure. Because it really helped me out a lot. Yeah. I've been filming for 25 minutes, believe it or not, guys. It's going to be shorter when I edit it, but yeah. So, there's that. And then senior year... And by the way, I didn't have to take any classes after summer of 2017. Like, any more summer school classes. So, that was good. I was all caught up with my credits. I barely graduated, but I did. Junior year, I liked all my classes. It was fun for me. I grew up mentally, physically. So yeah, there's that. And then we go into senior year. Senior year was probably the worst for my anxiety. Because junior year, I just didn't care about my anxiety. I kind of brushed it out the window. I did whatever the fuck I wanted to, or whatever the fuck I wanted to. But unless you, like, knew me physically, you wouldn't be able to tell, as I said before, with other topics in this video. But senior year was kind of just meh. It was like the meh year for me. It was at an all-time high for my anxiety. It was terrible for my anxiety. Because this was the year that I wanted to have fun and be myself, yet I was so worried about... Oh, and I forgot to say, junior year was the album, or the first album I released, and I sounded like a fucking cocky, arrogant asshole when I released that YouTube video. I'm here on iTunes, bitch! Who won now, bitch? From all you motherfuckers at school that hate me, who's winning now, motherfuckers? Who's winning now? I'm getting paid. You're getting nothing. You wish your shit could be on iTunes and Spotify. You wish that shit, bro. You fucking wish that shit, bro. Look at me. Who's rising out? Who's on top, bro? Me. My ego is bigger than my asshole, bitch. I mean, granted, a lot of it was sarcasm. And unless you knew me, you probably couldn't tell. But I was also a little serious, too. In that video, I sounded arrogant as shit, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. Can't go back. And that got a lot of hate. Mainly behind my back, but I heard some comments to my face, like people would sing the songs. I mean, granted, I'm the one getting the streams and I'm the one getting paid, but a lot of that sucked. But I didn't really care about that because the gay thing for me, like, overshadowed anything. That didn't really faze me, though, as much as, like, the gay thing did. Like, people coming... I mean, they haven't really made comments, at least to my face. I don't know about behind my back, social media, but at least to my face, I didn't say much. I don't think... I've gotten a few comments for being gay in high school, but not a lot. As much as I At least to my face. You know, I don't know what they said behind my back or on social media, but there's that. I'm sure they said behind my back that I can't sing, I'm too gay, dress this way, dress that way, talk this way, talk that way, his hair looks awful. I'm sure those comments have been made. I can guarantee it, knowing the person I am. But I didn't really care about that. I just care about the gay comment, because the gay comment is the thing I can't change. My hair I can change, you know, the music I can change. I can get, like, vocal lessons if I really wanted to. But I didn't, because obviously my music is kind of a joke, minus the lyrics and some of the songs. But yeah, like, especially Letting You Go, that album was completely a joke. I don't think people got it, though. That was, like, a perfect screenshot and capture of my life at the time. Don't get me wrong, but is also very therapeutic for me to get my feelings out that way, but it was also a joke at the same time. Like, my voice, the lyrics were real, but my voice was a joke, and I don't think people got that. Because it's not all about production or the beat or the melody, you know, just focus on lyrics for once, because I think if you focus on the lyrics over a production or a beat or a melody that you like, then I think the music will hit you 10 times harder, 13 times harder. So yeah, that was an Easter egg, by the way. 13 of the way, Easter egg. So senior year, this video is such a mess, guys. I am so sorry. If you make it thus far, props to you. Shout out to you. So, yeah. It's going to take forever to edit, though. Forever. Anyways. Because what time is it? It's 5 o'clock. I must have started filming at 4:30. Anyways. So. Yeah. So, senior year was at an all-time high for my anxiety. I wore, like, crop tops. And I would wear stuff like that, like feminine shit, to really express my feminine side. And I just had an all-time high anxiety. I felt everyone was looking at me and they were making comments about me. Literally every day I would do this. Even if I was wearing normal clothes, I still feel like people were looking at me from the day before or whatever. And that was hard. Especially because I had to go into another building and deliver passes to little kids. And little kids have big opinions. And they were more annoying than I think than the upperclassmen were. Now I don't care. I mean, this was obviously a year ago, but a year plus ago, whatever, I don't know. But at the time, I thought it mattered. Because even teachers would be like, you shouldn't be wearing this in high school. Like, or like comments along the lines of that, which that's none of their business, by the way. I almost got dress coded too for wearing a crop top. Whatever, though. So there's that. But schoolwork, I really stepped it up more than ever, more than junior year, which was probably my second best for my schoolwork. But me and this person had a team, and we did stuff together. Whether it was she typed it or I wrote it, we all did it together. It's not like I made her do all the work and I didn't go to school, or I ditched, or I didn't do it, or I slept. You know, we both did the work, and that was nice to have her by my side. Because without her, I probably would have graduated, to be honest with you. She was like, I'll take your diploma, like joking, obviously. But my diploma's right there. And there were just certain things that I would do to avoid a lot of street guys, too. I have in my notes, because those I wrote a couple months ago. Wait, is it Jack Antonoff's birthday today? Oh my gosh, it is. Oh, I love him. I also forgot to mention, I couldn't find the note, by the way. I tried to look, but I couldn't find it. But I remember it was the end of the 1989 era where I got into Taylor and stand to her hardcore more than I ever did. And Ernie did. So she obviously helped me a lot. And then, like, going into senior year, I think I saw her. Yeah, going into senior year, I saw Taylor live for the first time. So, yeah. And then, so, like I said, senior year, it was enjoyable. It was fun. I went to prom. Prom is overrated, though, if I'm going to say so myself. It was. And I did all the activities, and that's when I got my first job, too. I worked at the haunted house. Even though it was seasonal, it's still a job. I got paid. And that was nice. That was fun. I worked there with Maria and a lot of other people, and then I met all of them, so they're like my second family. And they all love and support me for who I am, which was great, because it feels so nice to be around straight guys who don't care I'm gay, or, you know, straight girls that don't care I'm gay. It's so nice and refreshing. And I can act the way I act, you know. usually around my friends. I can act feminine as I want and they don't care. And if they do, never say anything to my face. So if they care, they can kick rocks because I don't care. But I think you get to a certain point where you just stop caring what people think. I mean, not all the way, because I don't think anyone ever gets there, but I think there's a certain point in your life where you've had too many critics, or you've had too many comments go your way, or come to you, or behind your back, or on social media, whatever the case is. And I think you just stop caring as much as you used to. You have to shake it off, in the wise words of the artist of the decade, aka Taylor. But you just do. But yeah, I don't know if I want to include clips or not. I feel that's the most professional way of editing this video, but as really long as it is, and I really, really want people to watch it, so whether I do or don't, you've seen them by now. This is going at the end of the video. So you guys. So guys, this is going to be the part where I get into the triggering part for you, so I put it at the end for the reason. So if you don't want to watch it, thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, follow me on my social media. I will see you guys in the next video. But for those that are staying, it was either freshman year or sophomore year where I cut myself with scissors. It wasn't a lot, it wasn't that deep to the point where I was bleeding, but I still did it. And there was marks. You couldn't tell unless you were literally looking at my arm. But yeah, that was a mess, and I regret it, obviously. Thank God I didn't do it that deep. And I really had suicidal thoughts to the point where my therapist and my mom were both worried, and they wanted to send me somewhere, but I had to promise them that I wouldn't do anything, or else I would have gotten sent there. Like, I had to make a promise that day and follow through with it. Thank God I did. Or else they would have sent me somewhere where I didn't want to be, and I think it was a mental hospital. So yeah. So if you stayed this far, as I said a minute or so ago, comment, like, subscribe, follow me on my social media. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hey guys, I also realized that I forgot to do an update of where I am now. So basically, I feel better than I ever was. Maddie and I are friends again. But I think I'm going to be honest and transparent with you guys, because that's what I've always been, and that's always how my channel has been. So I kind of wrote a song like this. I don't remember which one it exactly was, but kind of how I feel. But after all those years, all the tears, all the grieving, you know, all the useless nights and all the sleepless nights, us being friends again, it's just so different now. So if you do become friends with someone again you haven't talked to in years, don't expect it to be the same as it was. And I wish I would have known that. I wish I would have thought of something like that, but I didn't, because I was so focused on trying to get her back and trying to be her friend again. But it was only a one-sided thing on my end. At least that's how it felt. I really don't know how she felt, because we don't really talk about it when we hang out or when we text. But yeah, and it's just so different now. My guard is up for sure now, more than ever, just in case anything happens like this again. But yeah, that's where I stand right about now. We are friends again. My life is going decent so far. I plan on releasing an album some 13th, or it's going to add up to 13th, or whatever it is, another Easter egg for you. At least that's the plan. It might change, but as of right now, that's the plan. I still have to record it and send it over to my label so they can release it. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, I thought I'd throw that in there and say that, but yeah. So yeah. Comment, like, subscribe, follow me on my social media. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And subscribe, follow me on my social media, like I said before, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.